everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twin Gate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Twin Gate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
Well, good morning. I'm sure everybody's been curled up nicely in their dogma snuggies, watching the internet, watching television, whichever, they choose, red pill, blue pill, whatever their dogma is. No matter how much they're told, how much they're taught, they still revolt to that hypnotized dogma state, left-right dynamic, which has never happened in the history of mankind. We're living in an epic, sad fucking time. I've been very sick the last week. Back to the hospital today. Somebody says, well, she's got a broken heart. Yeah, I do. That's part of it. And I'm going to talk a lot about our health as human beings, my health, the health of the ocean, what's going on. The report that come out yesterday, finally, some media documented, went and actually talked to the rescues. Because I talk to all those places, and they're very good with me, by the way. I'm on the phone constantly with the Sill and Sea Lion and the animal rescues up and down California, which they're vastly volunteer. They're the true lovers of the ocean, and they all know Fukushima, every one of them. And they'll tell you, very little media has even talked to them, but Al Jazeera has, and Al Jazeera did an incredible piece yesterday. It's the best since Fukushima happened on what is really going on with the Pacific Ocean. Now, I talked to Al Jazeera yesterday, emailed them, and I'm like, this piece is powerful that you did, really powerful, but the one quantum leap you still take is that the sardines and the anchovies have just moved to cooler waters in the central. I said, that's not true, and I can prove it's not true. And how I can prove it's not true is they're dead. Their numbers are in collapse, and that's coming from the fishing industry. The fishing industry who's moved their boats to cooler waters. Still, the numbers are in free fall. Now, these reports that 80% of everything's dead on the bottom of the ocean is total bullshit. It doesn't work that way. The ocean, yeah, there's sardines, there's anchovies, but it's being genocided. The numbers are in a collapse. Oh, this is a natural cycle? The fuck it is. Anybody that says that, and that's the far-right dogma that chooses up. Now, I have a friend, I'm going to prove what fucking insanity the dogma is. And then the left fucking, let's go to fucking Greenpeace, Sierra Club, fucking pathetic. But this piece, and if no one's seen it, and no one's fucking read it, and it doesn't fucking make you cry. I had a dream last night. I got to tell you, I truly am fucking heartbroken. I truly felt never so fucking hopeless as the last fucking 24 hours since I saw this, and I knew it anyway. It's confirmation that all my fucking worst fears, I hope I was wrong the whole fucking time, but I knew I wasn't. Because I've spent so much time on this shit. I spent so much time in my lifetime with the animals in the Western United. That was my coping. I was born, my father, human lab rat in a Nevada test site. Of course I didn't know that when I was a child. How would I fucking know that? My beautiful pinup artist mother, 105-pounder, little petite curved up thing, you know, the model, the artist. My beautiful father. When I was born, we had a really famous doctor, another Danish doctor. She had another baby in there and didn't even know it. I come out, hold on, wait a minute, there's another baby. What? Teeny little preemie in there. You know, we were so sick. I don't know how the fuck we lived. So I've had serious health issues my entire life. But I overcame them through strength. When I was a child, very underdeveloped lungs, very asthmatic, the landscape was my savior. I don't know how I lived. I was in life and death situations, critical. Our whole family knows it. They're like, when I even got leukemia, it was like nothing. This has gone on with Kevin since birth. I was the fucking runt, because I was so mutated, so fucked up. So was my twin sister. My twin sister evolved to be this incredible, beautiful young woman. So I dealt my whole life with every fucking boy in the world chasing her. And I'm like, fuck, get the fuck away from her before I kill you. And so, and her choices in, man, you know how girls are, not the greatest. But she's got all kinds of issues now, too. So lots of fucking serious health issues. But we know that the children of the atomic veterans, we know the children of atomic veterans are fucking dying in their 40s and 50s. That's my work. There's 300,000 of us. No one gives a fuck about us. No one gives one iota fuck about us. Never did. They didn't give a fuck about him. Special Forces fucking Marine. Famous fucking guy. Simplify as you get. You think they get... I got into it with my mom's house. My mom's 86. She'll be 87 in a couple of days. She got cancer the same time I did. I don't know how she's alive. She's an incredible woman. She has serious dementia. I saw the state over there the other day. I live next door. My house, my mom's house, my grandma's house, my great-grandma's house, my great-great-grandma's house. I still live on the family ranch. Last of the Mohicans. So I go there to the county, and I'm like, what the fuck? Well, we want to walk through our house. For what? We're fucking property value, and that's your only tax base is property value. So you ain't got no right to go in her fucking house. I said, let me tell you something, asshole. So you're the county assessor, huh? Yeah. I said, do you know in Weber County there's a clause that veterans who are killed in action, spouses don't pay property tax, right? Yeah, of course. You know how long my father's been dead? The atomic fucking Marine, the Special Forces guy? I had a guy tell me, there was no such thing as Special Forces Marines. I said, you want to bet? That's because they are not going to tell you. The very first group of the fucking blast. You know how fucking lit up his sperm had to be? There were 40,000 Marines. He was the first fucking group. The first fucking group, they even fucking lab rat him at the fucking site. No one even knows these stories. You see the footage and the thing, and a lot of that work is from my uncle, his younger brother, who was at the Pentagon, the retired fucking, famous Air Force guy. The second shirt at Colorado Springs, whose office was at the Pentagon for years, the famous fighter pilot. He's still alive. He lives in Alaska. Next door to Sarah Palin, by the way. You ought to hear them fucking stories. I'm like, fuck. This old fucking guy's still a womanizer. I think he's probably... I asked him the other day, I says, you've been fucking having an affair with Sarah Palin for years now, haven't you? I know fucking well he's been sleeping with her. I'll bet you... Well, I don't know well, but I'll bet you. This guy is something else. He always has been. And he just laughs. But he's intense. So our work, the footage we get to see now of, the 60,000 Army personnel, and they killed them too. They were hot. But the 40,000 Marines, they don't even talk about. They destroyed all their fucking records. This is how top secret it was. So they the blast, they put them next to that field hospital set up at the fucking blast. They killed a lot of Marines at the blast. These were all tellers' doings. They knew it was going to kill them. There's documents all over that show they knew they were going to fucking kill them. They knew they were going to die of leukemia. They knew her offspring was going to be ill. They knew it. They knew it. They did it anyway. They didn't give a fuck. That fucking rat teller, I still want to piss on his fucking grave. I think he's buried at fucking near Stanford, fucking Berkeley, fucking Hungarian, fucking Budapest, fucking, I mean, that fucking creepy motherfucker. One of the most evil men who ever fucking lived. Barack Obama's right there with him. John Holdren. You know, they told the fuckers to stand down on the entombment at Fukushima. So they cut their tonsils out. So they blasted them, all of them. They immediately had filled the Department of Energy with doctors and immediately cut their fucking tonsils out. Why cut their tonsils out? To fucking study the fucking how much exposure sucked up into the tonsil. They fed them fucking iodine and LSD. They fucking, most of them were all but dead, most fucking dead. They trucked them to fucking hospitals in San Diego. My dad, and you got to realize his older brother who just died, Omaha Beach, really famous dude. I come from a famous family in this fucking town. You know, this famous fucking town. I mean, they had a lot of political clout and a lot of people. You know, Harold just passed, that Omaha Beach D-Day fucking guy. You know, so they had access to a lot of stuff. Nothing. My grandma didn't hear a fucking word. She assumed he was dead. You know, it was just like the movies, my uncle said. Car pulled up one day, you know, after she made calls to a lot of politically powerful fucking people that she was connected with and, you know, going off. She shows up, you know, Jen heard a fucking word from him. She figured he was dead in Korea. You know, drafted, by the way. So, the only one drafted in the whole community. So, by a fucking World War II draft dodger. So, they get word, you know, he's alive. We can't tell you where, you know, why. It's top secret. So my uncle comes on. My uncle could be, man, you're talking one of the best athletes in the history of this fucking state. You know, at BYU, fucking here, in multiple sports, track and field, football. I mean, incredible. He says, fuck, your dad was a better athlete. But he says, the car pulled up and he just walked down the little lane. He says, I could tell. Something was fucked up with him. You know, what happened? You know, and he wouldn't talk. They're Semper Fi. You know, they were sworn to fucking secrecy. So he meets my mom, you know, and they have kids. What people did in those days. She quit her Woodbury artist career and, you know, California, came home and lived on the family ranch and had babies, you know. Wow. Mutated. I was so fucking sick, but we had this incredible Danish fucking doctor. We were some of the first children to get fucking cortisone. I used to get this cortisone shots in each. So I knew my health was fucked up. I knew my head was fucked up. I mean, you know, the first, second, third grade, and I can do the fucking math like, I mean, I'm scoring college levels on lots of different things, yet I can't fucking tie my shoes. I'm all fucked up. You know, I can't articulate. I don't know what the fuck it is. You know, autism, all these fucking different things they evolved these names for. Fuck, nobody knew what the fuck it was then, but you know, my coping mechanism was the landscape. I lived in this incredible, beautiful, on the edge of this incredible marsh. I used to play in the wigwams where the Utes fucking lived on the edge. It was all there. It was untouched. One of the biggest flyways marshes in the fucking world with these corporate welfare, Bundy fucking smooches, these Gibsons over here fucking, you know, they're Mormon bishops. You know, they buy it up fuck for peanuts and they drain it off illegal. Let's go fucking occupy a bird refuge. There's a real political stand. Fucking phony rats with my $500,000 loan I can't pay back. So, from the government, we hate the feds, unless the feds will hand us fucking money. Just like this guy here. We hate the feds, he draws fucking well over $1 million in fucking milk dairy subsidies. They're manipulating the fucking programs to no fucking, that's how they work. So, I'm sick. Well, I get to grow up with the birds and the landscape. There's still fucking Native Americans here. You know, Utes, Navajos, mostly Utes. Well, my mom taught it fucking, she got a job at the fucking Intermountain Indian School with the Navajos. You know, my parents fucking in Brigham City there, so I got to spend so much time with them, and I got so in love with the fucking blue herons and the sandhill cranes and the fucking, well, the tundra swans. Blue herons are still my fucking favorite. You know, and so it was my coping mechanism. And so at a very young age, I mean, I had access to vehicles on this ranch, whatever. This is the boonies. You know, we lived on the causeway, out on the lake. You know, out spending time on the causeway. Disappear for fucking days and days and days at a very young. No one cared. I mean, I got raised that when you woke up as a boy, a child, if you went to school, you were outside, period. You didn't come in the houses in the daylight hours. You might come in and get something to eat. You know, at noon, you know, they'd have a big meal on the family ranch house. But you spent all your life outside, no matter what the fucking weather was. Even when you come in, maybe get warm a little bit, but you're back out. You were inside to sleep, or when it was dark. That's how I lived. That's how we lived, you know, on this beautiful landscape. You know, and as it evolved, I was very fucked, but I overcame it. My doctor, you know, worked with me. You've got to get physically strong, Kevin. You've got to get, and I did. I grew up on a ranch, you know, I threw a lot of bales of fucking hay in my life. You know, a lot of it, you got to realize, fuck, think about it. My dad fucking, you know, he thought he was the drill sergeant. He'd fucking be barking out of one laugh, laughing out of the other one. You know, so I've dealt with incredible health issues my whole life. I've had a problem with my immune system fucking my whole life. I had a fall in early 2000, real dramatic fucking fall. And then I got assaulted, you know, long, complicated issue, you know, with some brass knuckles across my face, got a hematoma on the front of my brain. I had a nasty, really fall. It really fucked me up. I've had a horrible time with my immune system since, and that was early 2000s. I've had a really horrible time with my immune system since. And, you know, it falls into the thesis of leukemia. It all comes back to his mutation and him being nuked. We know that the children, we know that the Marines, those 40,000, my work again, there's plenty of them that have non-identical twins. Now, non-identical twins, like the Bush girls, you know, the beautiful one and the other one, is a mutation by definition. They're 100 times more rare than, you know, the egg splitting. It's not the egg splitting. Now, I used to think it was crazy. My daughter would say, well, your mom got pregnant twice. Your dad got her pregnant 2 different times. You know, it's a different thing. And I used to think that's nuts. And then, you know, this case comes out in Georgia 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and this woman had twins and had 2 different fathers. And so that's what they are. And we know it's a mutation. Now, we know a lot of the veterans had twins like that. I mean, and they're rare. But now we know, because I've met several of them inside the hospitals, that one of the twins has got leukemia and died. We know that the atomic veterans' children in their 40s and 50s are not just getting sick and fighting their incident of so-called autism or whatever the fucking, you know, scale on the brain is, these mutations, multiple sclerosis, all these fucking different fucking things, cancers, they are off the hook with the atomic veterans' children. Now, I'm at the Helen Caldecott Symposium, and what's her name, Wood, from University of Washington, does a great piece on the Marshallese. Well, Helen's got me blackballed because she says nobody can talk about Fukushima because it hurts her fundraising. So I'm sitting right there with Noam Chomsky and Fukushima, Russell, fucking, oh, we got a big group there. By the way, it was, I mean, there were parts of it were fucking amazing, but parts of it were so horrible, but parts of it were really good, you know, and it had really nothing to do with anti-nuclear. Dr. Scheer, Gustav arguing, it was beautiful. But, so, Mally, because she's got me back, well, Helen, me and Noam Chomsky and Thomas Ackerman are the only ones I think and the baby wolf that sat through both days every minute of every day. Helen didn't even do that. Second day, I think she's not probably feeling well. She wasn't there. So Mally, who runs her show, you know, I write my question. I'm the first question up. You know, that's as far as Helen's going to let me. You know, Helen says you need to be radical. I mean, fuck, please. It's all about money, isn't it? So now I read the question to her. Well, how Kevin Blanch says this, you say that the reason nobody cares about the Marshallese and it's part of the Americas and the human lab writing still goes on to this day, which it does, but it's so disconnected, it's so far away from the American eyes. Kevin Blanch says that's not true because there's 300,000 children of the atomic veterans right here under your thing, and you don't give a fuck about them. And they're right here under, you know, she didn't say, fuck, you don't care about them. She couldn't answer. I talked to Holly after. She still couldn't answer. That's what academians do. They make up their dogma in their little fucking cocoon with their blinders and their very narrow little focus. Don't fucking crack my world with the reality. That's basically what she told me. Well, yeah, I know, but yes, there needs to be some more. Well, how can you say there's nothing under? It's right under your fucking nose. It's like Oprah going to Africa to, you know, save the children when she's walking over the dead bodies in Chicago. You know, it's fucking insanity. So, I've got major issues going right now in my body that just happened fucking here a little week ago. Again. Now, we know there's a fine line between what goes on in my body and so-called leukemia. You know, I got my AML developed in my fucking lower intestine, my lower right mesentery, which happens a lot in men. And, you know, it was a YouTube video that probably really saved my life in essence. You know, I got a stomach ache one day. You know, go to this McClatchy, the worst hospital in the fucking world, which is in Ogden, Utah, which they fucked up my face. They should have kind of, I mean, their dogma, these fucking, because I didn't have insurance, so they just like, fuck him, send him home to die. This same fucking rat, I can't get a doctor, you know, I got no fucking attorney because the leukemia and the treatment has wiped me out. It's wiped me out totally financially, and my body's been through so much hell physically because of it. So, I mean, my body, it was tortured into the fucking depths of hell. That's what I don't think people can understand, but muscle has memory, strength. I've fucking fought through it. My body has I mean, fuck, you can look at my body online. There's pictures, plenty of them out there, that my body has gone shriveled up to nothing back to just muscles all over, you know, I mean, it's the transformation. You can just sit and watch me. It's fucking insane to watch how quickly my body is evolving and moving and fighting. You know, so I got a serious issue with my immune system. The doctors know it. I got cut off Medicaid. That's the only reason they cut me loose in fucking March on the fucking treatment, whatever. You know, says, okay, bye, Kevin, see you, because I've run out of insurance. You know, Mike Lee fucking sent all the money back on men, no matter what situation they were in Utah. It's been well documented. Huntsman comes out against it. This is a guy who got $600,000 in the bank bailout in his fucking house. He's a fiscally responsible guy. You know, here we go again. The far-right radical anti-feds, and thus you feed me the fucking feds. That's what they all are. They're all frauds and phonies. So, you know, it's been one day, and I know this brutal fight. There's a reason they say 5 fucking years. Now, I beat the odds, incredibly beat the fucking odds. You know, and my intense fucking war, my intense fight for the ocean, and my intensity has been, you know, so much of it's trying to live. You know, so, look, everybody, it's like, okay, I had this friend yesterday, dogma fucking idiot. These people out there, granted, look, and if you don't think I've been militant about my health and using alternative medicines, you know nothing about me. You know, I'm probably the king of alternatives. I have them my whole life. I'm very conscious of what I've been a juicer my whole life. My whole life. Now, granted, I fuck up and do a lot of bad things, whatever, but I'm very militant. You know, I've used vitamin C extract. I've used so much, you know, I don't sit and battle off about them, but I've been doing this my whole life because I've been sick my whole life. You know, I've been fighting this fucking beast and this monster my whole life. You know, from the nuclear fallout into my father's sperm that went into my mother that fucking, she almost died in childbirth. Both of us almost died in childbirth. And, you know, it's been a battle. It's been a fucking war. For me to even be alive at this age, from what I've went through in my past, like any of the atomic veterans' children, any of them that are fucking alive still, it's a fucking miracle. And I know lots of them. They have the same stories as me. They're horrible. They know. They've gone through hell and back because of the misdiagnosis, because there's no fucking nothing for us. No one gives a fuck about us. No one. They could care less. They don't give a fuck about my dad. Fucking give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, that's the world we live in. You know, you better defend your fucking self than if you're gonna, and you think you're gonna do it with a gun. You know, anti-communal people don't give a fuck. So, you know, a lot of it is the light in the fucking mind. You know, this intense battle that I've been, you know, trying to call out the fucking Pacific genocide, the death of the Pacific Ocean. I hypothesized it the day it happened. I knew I've run off the intuitive mind my whole life. You know, I was thinking about it last night. Maybe to a fucking flaw, I've ran off the intuitive mind. But that's why I made a choice when I was a child. That's how I always lived: love, sex, life, careers. Fucking, I'm a mutated. I do not fucking consciously. I don't fucking stalk women, date women, go ask women, whatever. It's like my mom used to say, whatever. You know, because I had this blonde hair, I had these muscles all over. I turned my body into this incredible fucking strength. I have incredible physical fucking strength and have since I was young. You know, transform. I had to survive. You know, I've been hiking and walking and physical strength since I was a kid. You know, when I was a young, I was an incredible fucking athlete, but I was the artist with the long hair. You know how it was in those days. But, you know, my grandma and my mom liked to, you know, drank like a fucking animal as a teenager, trying to overcompensate this fucking brain of mine. And, you know, what girl are you fucking, who you hanging with, whatever. Well, you know, you dating I don't fucking date. Whatever girl picks me up today, I'm leaving with her. What? Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. I'm going to hitchhike to California today. What? Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to San Diego, fucking hitchhike. Whatever girl picks me up. Then what? What boys and girls fucking do for a fucking while. Well, don't you care? I don't want a fucking steady girlfriend. I don't fucking want any of that. I ain't just going with the fucking flow. You know, I'm wild like the landscape. I'm a bird. I'm a fucking plant. I'm a mutated fucking organic sunflower. I've lived my whole life that way. And I'm going to continue to live my life that way till the day I die. So my intuitive sense has always fought for the environment. Because I'm like the birds and the animals. I've spent so much time with the birds and the animals on the coast of California, in the fucking wetlands of fucking Utah, in the fucking mountains, with the mule deer, with them all. With the whales, I know, especially the sea lions and the fucking elephant seals and the seals. I've been that close to them. I've been so communal with them. They'll come up, they speak, they're communal, they'll talk right to you. They will talk right to you if you let them. And I'm not kidding. So are the mule deer. So are the fucking birds. I mean, I've been with people, I said, watch this. Stay real calm. This hawk will come and fly and fucking land right. I can put up a stick or something. He'll land right on it. No, and I said, yeah, watch. I can do it. Because they're so much like us. Or I should say, we are like them. You get around an elephant seal, a sea lion, an orca, or a fucking whale, it'll blow your mind. Dolphins, how human-like they are. Or we are like them. I mean, it is incredible. You look at those seals, you get close, and their eyes, those big, beautiful eyes, I mean, they're like that beautiful girl you were in love with those big fucking beautiful eyes, batting those big, beautiful eyelashes at you. You know, and they'll talk to you, and they're so communal. So, you know, I know that the ocean's dying. I got reports 3 years ago from John Kirk up there. You know, he's the paddle boat guy, and he's like, Kevin, I can see this plume coming across. This is 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. I could see it. The starfish are fucking melting. You know, and I've been down, you know, I'm going down there, and I'm looking at the tide pools, and I'm like, they're changing. I'm at Avila. You know, they're famous on their piers for their orange and their blue purples, and they're gone. They're missing. You know, and you're starting to see it. So, you know, I did that video on when all the squid washed up in Santa Cruz. You know, remember I says, oh, they'll fucking spin this, and this guy put up that fake report, and I tracked that guy down, who put up that fake report of the giant squid, and the LA Times fell for it, and I even predicted that. I says, mark my words, this kid's going to put out this story from the fake squid, and this giant fucking fake squid, and the media's going to go with it, and the LA Times did it. I got lit into him, and he says, Kevin, well, let me tell you something about doing that fake story. I got as much attention as you've ever gotten on Fukushima. I says, that's a good point, you know, but you know, I guess we do what we fucking do. So the squid wash up, so I have contacts all over California. Like I said, I spent my whole fucking life on those fucking coasts. I've been environmental since I was a little boy. You know, I've been involved in the San Offer shutdown, the Diablo contact, as long as I can fucking remember my first thoughts and memories. And so, you know, I talk to the old activists that I know down. I'm immediately on the phone. You know? I'd fucking, you know, 90-something-year-old. No, Kevin, this isn't fucking red tide. I've never seen anything like this on the squid. I'm like, oh, my God. That was how long ago? In the winter? You know, I'm like, oh, fuck. So the signs start to evolve. Then the eagles down here. Then the fucking moose across North America, you know. And then I know there's a cancer epidemic, you know, my cancer. Developed in fucking tumors around my lower bowel. Sent home. It's called de novo, which so many people are misdiagnosed, and yet that's the death. I mean, so look. So I'm talking to this fucking idiot yesterday. And these people, and I want to tell this story, it's important with everybody out there. It's important you live like you have cancer more than ever now, and your children before you have cancer. But that's only half of it. You think that you're just going to do it through food and exercise, which is a big piece of it, and it's going to increase your fucking odds of not getting it. But Steve Jobs, I can name off dozens and dozens of people that were very militant, did everything right, including him. Everything. Once the doctor uses the word acute on you, all bets are off. Once they use acute on it, this fucking cancer, these free radicals have set cell in your body, and the chances you're going to die are giant. You are in a radical fucking the most intense fight that you have no clue. As soon as he uses the word, whether it be breast cancer, colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer, fucking, it's all the same thing. Those free radical fucking cells have fucking set cell, and it's time to kill you. They can maul off 33% of your body mass in as short as 3 days. So when they use the quotes, the fucking food, the cannabis oil, the fucking apricot, all bets are off. It's radical Hail Mary time. And unless you get into some fucking kind of, so with AML, it was de novo, it's pretty well a death sentence. The treatment into a bone marrow transplant, do you realize how radical those fucking treatment centers are? But what's the alternative? Every single last person that ends up in a bone marrow transplant center, if they don't end up there, they're going to die, and they're going to die in days. Because once it's acute, I have this beautiful friend, Naomi. She was the most militant fucking, vegan fucking, every supplement there ever was, every night. She did she was, about 70. She looked about 50, beautiful. She got a simple lump in her breast. I'm like, go get the fucker cut out. No, I'm going to do it. And the doctor says, this isn't acute cancer. They biopsy. It's very acute. It needs to come out now. She says, nope, I'm going to use my wheat germ. I'm going to use everything. She died Christmas Day within 3 months when they told her acute. Now, everybody does. Once they use acute, all bets are off. So under the bone marrow, so, people have no clue. I invite people to go into it. Until you've been into a bone marrow transplant center and seen, you don't know what radical is. You have no clue what radical is. They put a fucking central line in your jugular, a stent in your fucking, they spinal tap you, a stent there, they go into your brain stem. These fucking cells are tricky and like to hide. And there's no turning them off with no medicine, no fucking nothing. It's that, these fuckers are hell-bent on killing you and killing you fast. It's time. Number one, they have to knock it back. And number two, they have to turn off that fucking light in your head that says it's time to fucking die. And fucking turn on the light that it's time to live. I call it the fucking erotica is what I call it. You have to become so erotic and so fucking intense in your brain to fucking live that you have to flip it off. And the chemo has to work without burning holes in your guts. Which the chances are very high. RCM squared, I went through the hardest core you could fucking get. And they plug you in, they keep you alive on machines. Hundreds of blood transfusions, everything known to fucking mad infections. I mean, it's a process, it's intense. It's an ICU unit on top of an ICU on top of an ICU. Intense fucking nurses with you 24/7. Teams of fucking doctors. I mean, it's the most intense fucking thing. It's a Hail Mary because if otherwise, every single one of you are dead and you're dead fast. That's what I went through. Well, there's a price to pay for that. Economically, socially, physically. You have to overcome the fucking damage that fucking rat poison they put into you, which it's arsenic. Don't make no mistake about it. I'm like, will it take away the pain? These fucking tumors that wrap around my lower bowel. I mean, I still have a six-pack to this fucking day. I went in there, and the nurses and the doctors were like, oh, my God, a guy at your age, look at you. Fucking muscles rippled up and down your fucking... I says, yeah, I've been going through fucking contractions like having a baby for fucking the last 30 days. Misdiagnosis. My stomach completely cramped. They didn't even fucking restrict... I mean, I went without a bowel movement for 2 fucking weeks. I don't know how I didn't rupture. Yeah, they're giving me the proud stories. They're fucking doing everything. I don't know how the fuck I lived. The malpractice fucker. So, as I slowly come out of this fight, well, I think I'm coming out. It's one day at a fucking time. Well, that's all of us now. So, this report that Al Jazeera fucking does, look, I'm in a war daily with my health. Daily. And I fucking am militant about it daily. I drink fucking beet juice, fucking carrot juice every fucking day. I walk and I hike every fucking day. They used vitamin C fucking injections in me in the hospital. I was on a fucking craziest potassium diet you could ever think there for a while because the fucking chemo destroyed my potassium. Trying to protect, one of the things, they really thought that my pancreas had gone from the fucking heavy chemo. I got lucky and, you get lucky when you think they thought it was my pancreas, it's fucking over, blah, blah, and, gallbladder fucking problems, and they cut me off Medicaid so I couldn't have it out, and I didn't want it out anyway. I kept thinking of Andy Warhol in there in the middle of the night, so I went on the mother vinegar. And, so I am fucking militant. I got some major fucking bruising on my body. Right now, that's just appeared in the last week. I'm, what is it? Your immune system, what the fuck? So the doctors don't even know because what happens with leukemia in these situations, these fucking killer cells trick. They're tricky. They make you think it's cold. They make you think it's a little blurry vision. They're tricky little weasel, evil motherfuckers. And your body has to fight it off. It's a continuing. We're all going to go through that every day now. Every day. This is the greatest catastrophe in human history. And you could go into denial about it, Fukushima, and you could say, oh, it's just, they're starving to death because the anchovies moved to cooler waters. The fucking Pacific Ocean has been able to regulate, say, for fucking hundreds of millions of years. These species around, these animals are us. Don't you understand? The sea lions, you look at those things. I mean, I just fucking cried yesterday when I saw it. It's so powerful, Algier, the way look at the two photographs they used. That's your child. That's your brother. That's your mother. That's fucking you. Don't you see that mammal? Don't you see that mammal? That's Syl. Do you see those numbers? Al Jazeera is contacted. And that's not even all of them, because I contact them all. And there's lots of freelancer ones, like the one at San Simeon, like the different ones that are out there fighting their ass off, and they're beautiful people that fucking do this for volunteers. They're lovers of the animals. Amazing fucking people. But they're so tiny and they get no backing. They get no support from the media. They get nothing from the government. The government will just fucking fund fucking things to kill you. They're not to save you. Y'all fucking mooch it ripoff. I'm a fucking Bundy fucker with a $500,000 fucking government loan. I'm going to go occupy a border refuge. This country is sick. Johnny got his fucking gun. When it's cancer, it's going to kill you. The ISIS is not going to kill you. No cancer in Saudi Arabia is going to fucking kill you. No. Cancer is going to kill you. It's on. I'm telling you, it is fucking so on right now. They are us. Don't you see? Look, the reports are saying over and over, because I'm talking to them over and over and over. I walked the whole fucking one. Everybody says, oh, we're going to come walk with you, Kevin, for a while. We're going to document it. Vloggers and bloggers all over that fucking, people that I've set up fucking radio shows via this. Jules. Yeah, we're going to interview you once a fucking week on your walk. We're going to do this. That chick told me the same thing. Her and Laura Monet. They disappear on me. They all disappear on me. Every fucking one of them disappear on me. I'm walking. I'm seeing the dead animals. I'm seeing the fucking I'm sleeping at the tide pools. Sleeping in the most famous tide pools in the fucking world in my sleeping bag. I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my god, it's everything. I'm talking around. I've never seen the fucking ocean so fucking healthy. He told me. I said, how would you know? In your truck? Have you been out on the water? Come here. Let me show you. I'm showing pictures on my phone or on my fucking camera on my little bloggy. Look. Oh my god. Where'd you take that? Right around there. How would you know? And then he says, well, I do pick up a lot of debris. We pick it up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I saw them picking it up. They come in at 4 o'clock in the morning, clean those fucking beaches of Fukushima debris. I have connections via this YouTube site by the hundreds and thousands. Wildfire photographers, sanctuary, all kinds of people. They call me. Fishermen. Kevin, the fucking ocean's dying. The anchovies are going away. The sardines are fucking dying. Slow motion catastrophe? Are you kidding? In 4 years? That's not slow motion. That's acute. This is so epic and acute. And you can hear them in their voices in the fucking writing of Al Jazeera. You can hear the voices of the people inside there when you read this. They're panicking because it's acute. It's happening so fucking fast. They're answering, we're going to call the herd. It's the fucking sea lions are eating the salmon. That's why the salmon are disappearing. It's the fucking comrades are eating. No, it's not. There's no fish. The mainstay. What happened to all the sardines? They're in a can. What happened to all the sardines? They were fucking killed from fucking Fukushima. Fructonium. The energy, look, they have dumped, and I reported this from day one, they've been dumping the fucking, look, it's like this idiot. So I get in this argument with this guy, and, he thinks he's alternative, whatever, and I says, this is a guy that's about 40, ex-professor, and we starts talking about the fake, it's all staged shootings. I'm like, what are you talking about? The planes were avatars. I'm like, what are you talking about? And and then, oh no, cancer's not real. There's cures for cancer. You just need to do. I'm like, really? So then I start talking to this guy, 40-something years old. I've never, single fucking. I asked him straight up to his face. Can I ask you a few questions? Sure. Will you be honest with me? Yeah. I said, you ever had sex with a girl in your life? Nope. What? Have you ever even been on a date? Well, not what? And you're how old? I started asking me subsequently. So I'm like, so you don't even live in the real world. So you're not communal with anybody. So you just create this bubble. You watch YouTube, you watch the internet, just walk whatever, you know, from your FEMA camp to what. You're not even connected to these, so you're insane. Do you realize you live in an alternative fucking world that's not real? You live in the internet fucking world that's not real? You know, the internet is the greatest genre in anything, but the fucking vast majority of it is not real. You do understand it's not real. Like the fear porn, what's his Diablo 77? That fear porn, huge subscriber base, whatever. You know none of that's real. It's sensationalism. It's Alienville. None of it's real. Now, there's plenty of good news sources out there and reports like what I do, and there's others that do it. It's very real. You know, the art of information, you know, but the vast majority, it's totally, that's how there's a report coming on KSL today, people are bitching about the jackrabbits in their yard. I'm like, what? The jackrabbits out Bluffdale maybe finally make it because we thought we'd almost be extinct. You're afraid of jackrabbits now? They might eat our fucking garden? What? What? This is how disconnect. You've grown up in a subdivision, on a computer, in a basement, gone to school, whatever, no connection with you. Never been camping. Never been fucking on a fucking hike, spent fucking days. Never, you know, you went to Disneyland, you walked out on a pier, took a fucking boat, let's take a pleasure cruise to go whale watch. So you get on the boat and go, there's somebody. Never actually, there's places in California, the vast majority of the coast of California is uninhabited. It's rural as rural as rural. It is spectacular. It will take your fucking breath away. But nobody's going to see that because they're in L.A., they're San Diego, and they're San Francisco. They've ruined San Diego. You know, the sea lions can't come up and fucking get on the beach. They're done. Because the dog walkers, they love Fifi and Fufu because human beings, again, have become so disconnected. What do you think the big, you know what pets have done in this country? You know how much people spend on pets? You know what the whole pet thesis has done in the last 20, 30 years? Why? Because people have replaced personal relationships and communal relationships with animals. And I got news for me. Fifi and Fufu, including my two great dogs who I loved, my incredible Border Collie and my Springer, you know, that was the toughest, coolest dog. And I've had that same bloodline since I was a little boy. I've always had my Springer Spaniels and my Border Collies with me on this ranch. They live so beautifully and so free, you know, like me out here on this landscape. And they both passed this year. He died of leukemia. Even him, as much as that dog loved me, I know that dog loved me. And, you know, and I loved him, but I used to tell everybody, if I quit feeding old Clarky Boy here, I used to tell my kids, and the neighbors start feeding fucking Clarky Boy, he'll become theirs. They're dogs. That's what they do. They're not, I mean, they love us all. That's why the animals. But the intimate, personal, cocooned relationship that we've developed between you and animals don't have that in them, which is a good thing, not a bad. See, animals are like this. Animals that humans have that they don't, which that's their gift of the animal. They love all. They love everything. They love everybody. Unless they're taught to hate. Now us, we cocoon ours. You know, so that's where we're at. Don't you fucking see the sea lions and the fucking seals are dying of leukemia? They're dying of gunshots. They're a perfect reflection of the two beer drinking fucking mammals, but you're disconnected. You go to LA, you know, I spent so much time at PB my whole life. I've spent my whole life in San Diego. You know, the Mormon Marker Battalion, that's my great grandfather. You know, Old Town, she used to call me the last San Diegan. My dad fucking on San Onofre. Yeah, Pendleton's in San Onofre. Well, I've been so passionate about fighting it. I've known they were liars and cheats because my dad told me when I was a kid. How did he know? Because he was a Special Force Marine in fucking Pendleton. He had access to top secret fucking stuff. He knew they were dumping it into the fucking ocean in no time. Boy, stay out of that fucking water. What are you doing? It's radioactive. San Onofre's dumping it into the ocean, and I know for a fact, stay out of there. Yeah, whatever. Give me my fucking surfboard or fucking whatever, my skis, whatever, you know. But I wasn't even into the surfboard so much. I was into swimming. You know, again, strength. I like to swim in the fucking ocean. It's one of my favorite things in the fucking world to swim in the ocean. I wouldn't go in and fucking start put a gun to my head. Well, I mean, think about taking that away from us. It's one of the true joys in the world. The wells, you can ask anybody that goes with me. I'll tell them places you won't even see. I'll say, oh yeah, they'll come up. Joe and I are standing on the pier at Blue Hearts on Valentine's Day, which I named it Blue Hearts before I even knew it was the Shimash. Used to call it the fucking Mama's Heart, Diablo. Here comes a whole family of seals. The whole family come right up to us. Come up there, and I start, calling to them. And they start calling back and talking to me. They're looking at us and seeing what we're doing because they sense our energies. Animals, that's no fucking crazy talk. That's proven science. The energy that is released by the human fucking body, we exist in there. That's Einstein's work. Einstein, energy never ceases to exist. How much of our bodies are made of energy? The sun can kill you, but the sun can make you live. Fucking pours into you, that vitamin D. It's a fine balance, isn't it? That's when you go to San Diego and you come back 20 years younger. The Spaniards, they never pillaged it. I have a leather buckle. I did. I can't find it. Indigenous people. My grandpa fought in defense. That's why I learned how to plaster from the indigenous people. I know how to make bar towel. I know to have plaster. I learned it as a boy. I learned all these things as a child because I was so connected. And I was so fucking, free. Connected with the landscape and connected with the environment. But the environment's poison. That's why I'm full of cancer. And hopefully it's not cancer back. And I really don't believe that it is the cancer back, and the doctors don't either. But I'm uninsured right now. So I'm in a very vulnerable fucking position again. I think I've got something going with my immune system. They put me on some antibiotics, but I've got major bruising up and down my fucking arms. Nasty stuff. It's blood bruising, which I've had these issues before. Hopefully it's just something my blood's going through right now to try to fight off, and my natural immune system is fucking fighting and trying to work, and, that's why these are byproducts, what leukemia is. Leukemia, it's just like when Marshall got the HIV, why this guy who's done the breakthrough, people that so-called have HIV, and by the way, I never believed that HIV or AIDS was ever a sexually but you could think I'm crazy on this, but I believe that it has to do with environmental poisoning, also how it got launched and set sail. I believe it was something happened into the environment that triggered it. It became sexually transmitted, maybe, I don't know, and it sure killed a lot of fucking people in a very acute situation. What really happened? What did these madmen fucking do? What fucking happened? These madmen are so out of control in these fucking at Livermore. If you ever, I've been in there. I've been in lots of them. I've been in those fucking places. I'm telling you, if the American populace knew what they do at Livermore, what they do at San Diego, what they do, they would fucking, their jaws would drop. They play God all day, every fucking day. That's what they were doing in Fukushima, Japan. They didn't cause a tsunami and earthquake, by the way. That was not, and this bullshit, it's the Jews again, the Jews again, the Jews again. Get back, this is such bullshit. There you go, down your fucking dogma. Tsunamis and earthquakes gone on forever, and 9-point earthquakes are not that uncommon. Very common, actually. Look at the one in Alaska. That wasn't very long ago. 1959, 1960? Phuket before? No, they happen. It's very common. But you build nuclear fucking reactors on it, that's the arrogance of man. The arrogance, because it's all about your lifespan, your teeny tiny little lifespan. I'm going to live to be 100. No, you're not. The vast majority, you got a lot of baby boomers turning 70. Good for you, but is this eugenics? I don't think it was intended to be eugenics in the inception, but they're using it as eugenics. You look up John Holdman. What a way to call the herd, huh? Fucking cancer. Big pharma, of course. Is there a cure? There's no fucking cure. I've been in the Danish fucking hospitals. I've been in the best fucking leukemia units in the world. There ain't no fucking cure. They wish it's a natural death process. We're all going to die this way. The king cells even there, but, it should be at 100. Or thereabouts. That's when this should happen. Not when you're 20 and 34. So what turns it on early? Nuclear fallout, environmental poisoning. I had a dream last night. And once in a while, once in a blue moon, I have these very vivid, very powerful fucking dreams. I had a really powerful fucking dream last night. Went on all night, off and on. I can't even recall all of it. I'm starting to recall more of it as the day goes on. And I was in California on the coast, on the beach, walking in one of the rural places like I walked, that nobody's at. And all the fucking, a bunch of sills and whales and birds all circled around me. And they could talk. And they come around, they circled around me, and they all lowered their heads and they all started to cry. And I told them I'm trying. And they're like, you're not trying hard enough. If you don't try harder, Kevin, we're going to go extinct. And then a well come up with a mermaid on it, and the well starts on. And I love the wells, by the way. I got to tell you, I really love the fuck. I've seen blues in nature. I've seen sperm whales in nature. Lots of humpbacks. Zillions of grays. Orcas. The orcas quit talking 2 years ago. You do know that. They're well documented in fucking up there by the Vancouver scientists. So I can't tell you how fucking heartbroken I was when I see this report, because I knew that it was bad. I know, but I look at the numbers, and I think, so in my dream last night and all day yesterday, I keep thinking of my friends who have died of leukemia, but they're under treatment in a hospital. So the death process can at least get a little bit of assistance. They'll load you full of morphine and drugs to where it's horrible. Don't get me wrong, it's a fucking horrible, ugly, ugly way to die, as I said so much. But think about these poor sills and fucking animals. They're just like us. They have feelings just like us. They eat like us. They have the exact same emotions as us. All of us. They're no different than us. Well, our arrogance is somehow we're the superior being. We're not. They're just like us. Emotionally, they love their children just like us. They eat just like us. They get hungry just like. Look how they're dying. Baby seal pups are fucking swimming 600-700 miles looking for food. They're fucking trying to survive. Oh, CBS News. Oh, they're going to sea lion. Why do you keep going and go across the 101? Oh, they come up on our piers in fucking Oregon, so they're shooting them because they're eating the salmon. Let me tell you, Fukushima's killing the salmon. Big fish eat little fish. Starfish went, all gone. Tide pools are fucking empty. I've been saying that for years. I've seen it. I mean, they look like they're bleached. Go to Laguna. I mean, you can catch a little bit of here or there, but, I mean, it's so dramatic. Then the squids wash up. Then we get reports by the fishermen the sardines and the anchovies are in collapse. Then we get reports next. The sea lions and the fucking elephants are starving. Fuck, you know how many wells? Wells are washing up daily now. They're at the top. Fuck. The otters, Mysteries. Remember the otters all fucking dying? Remember the eagles? Oh, they just fucking stepped. 50, nobody keeping track. KSL, nobody gives a fuck around here anymore. It used to be a big story. We get between 500 and 800 return to Farmington Bay. Right here where I live. I haven't seen one yet. Last year, me and my grandson. We're the only ones, and, out there, and I'm talking to her. I know the dog, my bird are eating the fucking ranger out there. They keep track. 55. 55. That's an epic collapse. The mule deer here are fucking diving. They're almost, and so what does the state of Utah? The biggest mule deer on earth right here behind my house on Antelope Island. Because they don't hunt them. The biggest mule deer on earth, they'll come up and eat out of your hands. Oh, let's auction them off. Some guy in Idaho comes up and fucking, why? Why would you do such a thing? The culture of hate. The culture of fucking small penis, hair-sprayed fucking, I'm a hunter. Canned honey's big here. My friend owns a fucking elk ranch here. And I says, really? People fly in and you raise them and it's like in a pan, just go shoot that one. And then they take the head and they go back, yeah, what do you got? Killed a big fucking elk. What? What? This is the fairy tale, fantasy island, facade fucking world we live in. This is not it's abstract. It's not real. So anybody who's fucking not heartbroken reads this Al Jazeera report, which is magnificent, and it's the reality. I'm here to tell you, I've been on every single pier in California. My work, I think, on it last 4 or 5 years, up and down there, it's reality. If it does not fucking alarm you and fucking break your fucking heart and violate you at your true fucking core, you're not human. And that's the problem here. These people have transformed into something that is unhuman. They are disconnected. They live in an abstract thesis that is not human. They're not sexual. They're not loving. They're not communal. They're not fucking nothing. Johnny got my gun. Me against the world in an abstract cocoon on a fucking computer fucking screen. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not love hurts you sometimes. I'm heartbroken because I know it's on now. I know it's very real, and everything that I've watched in the hospital, I was hoping, I hope this is just an abstract little piece of it. And the ocean, she's fighting back, and you're seeing pieces of it. And this little group of you in the hospital is not a thumbprint of the rest of the nation. But I know now that it is. Cancer is off the fucking hook. We know it. CDC's already come out. They're making fucking statements. They're softballing, and everybody's playing along. The winning fucking team. Oh, it's just the ocean warming. That's all. Well, what's heating up the fucking ocean? Natural selection. No, it's not a fucking... This is a very acute situation that's happened post-Fukushima. Now, granted, I call plutonium over-fertilization, fucking cruise liners fucking in their hideous fucking gas fucking disbursement, the fucking, you know, the waste that gets dumped from the cruise lines, everything dumped into it, everything, the fucking poisoning of the fucking, you know, the coal fucking industry, the fucking nuclear industry boiling the Earth's water over and over, capitulation to it all. Yeah, which I call plutonium, which my thesis has been proven now. At Livermore inside the lab. They proved my exact thesis. They just did it. They're going to name 4 new elements after it. They're all tritium bases, all man-made. They call it synthetic. Synthetic means man-made. Physical elements that they've made. Well, they haven't made them. They've recreated them in the lab. Fukushima, a nuclear fission event, which has never happened. It's like I told this guy, well, what? I don't understand it. Yeah, because just like Semmelweis, they didn't understand invisible germs. Why their doctors need to wash their hands. It's very well documented. What are you, Madame Curie and Balco? Radiation kills you. Nuclear fallout kills you. It's unarguable. It's fucking very well. And then you got professors and people who go, oh, the evidence is... The fuck, it's not. The fucking evidence is fucking big, broad, concrete. Look it up. Atomic veteran studies, the Southern Utah downwinder studies, the Chernobyl fucking study. You know, I like it, the Chernobyl fucking whitewash through the UN, all killed 4,400 people when that original number in their own data said 4.4 million. Germany will tell you it kills 17,000 people a fucking year in Germany. Still. Viva, you go across the fucking river, France, doesn't kill anybody. Boiling all the Earth's water over and over. You know what the fucking water comes out of the top of those reactors? You know what the temperature is? You know what the temperature it takes to boil water? Put a pan on the fucking stove and boil the Earth's water. Fukushima was the trigger. It's a fucking red sun. I told him, well, it's like a sun. So without them pushing on, I said, do you understand? Without them pushing water on top of it 24/7 for 1,800 days, the entire island of Japan is over. The heat source is that, so it's an invisible fucking sun. And we've caught the light. Janet and I, that works powerful. Those fucking light sources we see flash up, they're not arguable, by the way. The one we did on May 20, 2014, you know, and we caught that with 3 views on the live cam. It's exactly what it is. It heats up and flares up. It's a giant fucking sun. The heat source is so massive and so fucking incredible, they can't get near it. Melts anything that gets fucking near it. It's that hot, so they pour water on it, and it's just like a giant fucking fire. A fire is so hot that water will not put it out. Well, the water will deflect the energy. So the water deflects the energy into the Pacific Ocean. They never did gather in the tanks, and that's all well documented. Now the FOIA documents are coming out exactly what Kevin said through his sources, that they've been dumping it in the ocean the whole time. Oh, the hammerheads, it's just like this Diablo and this fear porn guy. You know, more power to him. He's making money off his fear porn, but it's not reality. It's abstract. Oh, the hammerhead sharks wash up dead off Fukushima right fucking 3 days after the fucking IAEA gave them permission to do the massive dump. And TEPCO reported we did the biggest massive dump yet. 3 of they all wash up. Oh, it's fucking signs there's going to be an earthquake. It's always going to go to. A meter's going to hurt. The alien's going to fucking get you. No, it's happening now. The worst fears happened on 3/11/11. The Pacific genocide is the greatest event in fucking human history, and it's fucking very real. You read into this article and what they're even saying down there. This is so epic and so acute. We expect 2016 to be no different. So they came to me in my dreams and said, we're going to go extinct. Well, I got news for you fuckers. If they go extinct, we go extinct. I mean, I cannot believe that people don't understand that the storms rise up off the Pacific. That's what rainstorms are. This earth is round. It's very, very fucking sad. So my fight with my health is your fight with your health. It's one day at a time. Now, my body's going to fight back, and I'm going to do all the right things, which I always have my whole life. I know how to handle my body. I know what I know what to watch for. I know what things. So they'll run our blood tests, and we'll do what we do. But I got to tell you, I'm truly heartbroken. The Pacific genocide is very, very fucking real. Very real. Everything that I said was going to happen, I didn't want to. I was hoping I was wrong, but I was not wrong.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twin Gate 311.